There once was a West African nation known as Upper Volta. It was a poor, corrupt country with terrible infrastructure and a dying economy. But everything changed when a charismatic young soldier named Thomas Sankara seized power in a coup and renamed the country Burkina Faso, meaning Land of the Incorruptibles. Sankara proceeded to initiate the most visionary revolution in Africa, transforming his nation into an icon of Pan-Africanism, socialism, and anti-colonialism. So join me as we uncover the story of Thomas Sankara, the man who went from being a nobody to a legend in less than 10 years. Thomas Sankara was born on December 21, 1949 in the small village of Ouagadougou, which is now the capital of Burkina Faso. His father was a Muslim while his mother was a Christian. And as a child, he witnessed firsthand how religious differences could cause conflict and division. This experience left him with a deep sense of injustice and a burning desire to fight for equality and freedom. As a teenager, Sankara joined a secret society called the Secret National Movement for the Development of the Revolution, also known as the MNR. There he received military training and honed his skills as a leader and organizer. At the age of 22, he joined the military academy and was sent to France for further training. While in France, he became involved in leftist politics and was inspired by the teachings of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin. He witnessed firsthand the realities of French colonialism and the exploitation of African resources and people. And this experience only solidified his belief that true change could only be brought about through a socialist revolution. After returning to Upper Volta, Sankara rose quickly through the ranks of the military, and by 1980, he was in charge of the Presidential Guard. In October of 1983, Sankara led a group of soldiers in a coup d'état against the government of Lieutenant Colonel Sékou Sanguria. The coup was supported by the MNR, as well as various popular groups who were fed up with the corruption and mismanagement of the country. Once in power, Sankara wasted no time in implementing his revolutionary agenda. He immediately began to address some of the most pressing issues facing the country, such as poverty, corruption, and lack of access to basic services. One of his first acts as president was to redistribute land from wealthy landowners to landless peasants. He also implemented policies to promote economic self-sufficiency, such as investing in small businesses and cooperatives. Perhaps most importantly, he took steps to end the country's reliance on France, such as nationalizing banks and businesses owned by foreigners. But Sankara's reforms did not stop at the economy. He also made significant strides in areas such as education and healthcare. He implemented a new national literacy campaign that made education free and compulsory for all children. He also built new schools and clinics and trained thousands of teachers and healthcare workers. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso became one of the most literate countries in Africa, with literacy rates rising from 10% to 40% in just a few years. However, not everyone was happy with these changes. Many of the country's elites and foreign investors saw Sankara as a threat and began to plot against him. With the support of France and other Western powers, a group of military officers led a coup against Sankara on October 15, 1987, and he was executed on the same day at the age of 37. Despite his short time in office, Sankara's legacy lived on. His supporters continued to fight for democracy and human rights in Burkina Faso and across Africa. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to rehabilitate Sankara's image and to learn from his example. Statues have been erected in his honor, and streets and public buildings have been named after him. Sankara's ideas have also been influential beyond Burkina Faso. His speeches and writings have been studied by revolutionaries and activists around the world who are fighting for social justice and equality. So what can we learn from the story of Thomas Sankara? First and foremost, we can see the importance of fighting for justice and equality. Despite the odds being stacked against him, Sankara never gave up in his pursuit of a better world. Secondly, we can see the importance of education and critical thinking. Through his national literacy campaign, Sankara was able to empower the people of Burkina Faso to think for themselves and to challenge the status quo. Finally, we can learn the importance of courage. Sankara was willing to put his life on the line to fight for what he believed in. He reminds us that true courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to act despite it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.